Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 10, Unpaid in Full. Now, and I can't even believe that this is like Episode 10, mainly because nothing has happened. In all of these 10 episodes, I feel like it's almost like watching a Tyler Perry series. You know how you just in the hospital the whole season? Just in the hospital room, but beside the hospital bed the entire season. And you get to the end and it's like, God, we still in this hospital? These people still ain't went home? Anyway. Tiffany pulling stunts. She pulling stunts and shows for the people. Stormy goes to get Kimmy because Kimmy's a nurse, and so Kimmy's gonna know what to do. She just keep complaining about seeing stars every time she opened her eyes. She's being dramatic. And I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate her using this baby and her pregnancy to garner some sympathy, like we forgot what she did. Girl, we didn't forget. Just like you cried when you were confronted for talking out of turn about Maurice Jr. vaping in the bathroom. Just like you cried when confronted about that, here you go again. You heard the commotion. You knew what was going on, and so you had to create a diversion, and that's exactly what you did. Because when people asking, okay, let's call 911. No, girl, what? Did you forget you were pregnant? Like full-term pregnancy? But you don't want nobody to call the ambulance. You don't want nobody to call your doctor or nothing. They try to give you some water. You refuse, and I think I just need time. I'll be okay. I just need some time. I'll be okay. I just need some time. Lewis puts her in the car and he takes her on to the hospital, speeding off with his hazard lights on. Both of y'all are dramatic. Both of y'all are dramatic. Anyway, moving on. Now, Maurice, Tisha, Marceau, Gino, they all meet up at a lot, I would say, for a commercial property. I guess it's a development they're about to start building. And so a photographer is going to come by and get some pictures. You know, they have to take the pictures with the hard hats, with the shovels, in their good garments. We're really digging into the ground because, you know, we have to document this momentous occasion. He has some of the team members come and take pictures. You know, everybody come and get it. And this is an event. Come get in the picture. Let's get everybody in it. Anyway, Marceau is saying that he and Gino are working pretty well together. He wishes that he and Martell could get on one accord, because when they work together well. Excuse me, but things as of lately, you know, they kind of go left between the two of them. And so he's enjoying this working relationship with Gino. They've been able to do some groundbreaking work. They've been able to, you know, get a lot done in the short time that they've known each other. He also wishes that the comeback group could work well together like that. Maurice thinks that it's ego and pride, you know, coming in when we talking about the comeback group. That's what's ruined things for the comeback group. Marceau, he says that the Black Expo conversation has to happen again. He wants to meet with everyone again. It's not about the money, but like when it comes to Marceau, he ain't thinking about paying these people. He's not paying anybody. He don't plan on paying anybody to speak. Maurice just sitting there looking cheap. Cause you heard what he said. You heard what he said? He ain't paying y'all, which is some bullshit. Anyway, Melody, she meets with her lawyer. She wants to remove Holt and go back to her maiden name, which was Rogers with the D. The caveat is that you can't be involved in any court proceedings, anything like that, while trying to change the name. And so she gonna have to hold off on changing the name until all of this mess with Martell is wrapped up. Because they in a custody battle, so won't be no change in the name right now. Melody, she talks a little bit about the case, and it's been a whirlwind. It's been an experience, to say the least. She wasn't expecting for it to be so invasive. Like, so much so they asking for phone records. They wanted to know, as of lately, have you been intimate with anybody? Who you seeing? Where you seeing them at? All that. They wanted her passwords to her social media. The lawyer is like, yeah, they can ask for all that, but I've never seen a judge grant anybody access to the social media. That's not something that was gonna fly. So she didn't really have to worry about that. But this lawyer is he was her divorce attorney. That's her lawyer. Like he takes care of all her legalities. She's happy that the incessant calls have stopped because, and the pop-ups, Martell will pop up in a heartbeat. And so he did some things legally, and now that's no longer an issue for her. And so she is happy about that. He done got served. Martell meets with a fashion designer. I didn't get his name, but he's based out of Atlanta. He meets with he and his wife. He wants to partner with him on a line of suits. We get a montage of Martell in all of his suits. Martell does wear a suit well. We're going to give him that. Early on, they were real tacky. Real tacky, real country. And, as time progressed, he got it right. As time progressed, he got it right. His price point is about $700. The guy's like, that's good. About 50% of men will be willing to pay $700 for a suit. So that's a good starting point, good starting price point. They're thinking double-breasted. They're thinking gold buttons. And listen, what's the word? Examples. I hate sometimes my brain won't think of the simplest word. The examples, the samples that they showed him of, what they could do looked really nice. It was very Martell Hope. Tells him, to get this going, get it rolling. It's going to need about $100,000 for this project. You're not going to need all of it right away. But they're willing to help, and he offers him a spot in a fashion show that's coming up. So it's up for Martell. Tiffany, she's fine. The baby's okay. She's sitting around in bed. She's supposed to be resting. She's supposed to slow down. Louis, of course, he gives her the slow down Tiffany speech. More of the same. More of the same. And he got tears this time. Why? Because seeing you like that. I couldn't take seeing you like that. Maybe it's just the cynicism in me, but I'm just like, oh, she was really going through. Oh. Anyway, I will say, he checked her. He's one of I appreciate him for being the husband that's going to protect her in public and completely defend her in public, and then at home gather her ass, because he told her that she was wrong. He told her that, girl, you can't just be walking up on strangers asking them asking them questions all in their business, because why? I just want to know. She keeps talking about blended families, and that's bullshit. You're just nosy. You are just nosy, and you feel entitled to the information in people's lives, to the details. You feel entitled to that just because you want to know. Karen. That's what we mean by that. Because that's how they move. It's that sense of entitlement. I want to know why y'all over here hanging out. Do you have a permit to be over here? Excuse me, what? Who the fuck bothering you? Nobody. But you felt like you needed to come over here and just start bothering people. You felt like you needed to go over there to Sheree and just start talking to her, asking her all these questions, and then dressing it up as, I'm just so interested in blended families. You a liar and you a fraud. Anyway, Lewis, he checks her, but he also don't appreciate Marceau being in the mix, being in the conversation. He calls him Betty Crocker because he want to be in the mix. Anyway, I really want to be done with Tiffany and Lewis. Was that it? That is it. Anyway, the comeback group, they get together. And gonna talk about the Black Expo. They haven't seen each other since the last meeting. Nobody has reached out to nobody or whatever. Of course, Kimmy is there first. Kimmy says she just wants clarity on this concept because it's sounding very much like the concept that she and Maurice came up with for the comeback group. She got her 3-ring binder with all of her receipts, documentations, past notes from the previous meetings, the minutes, all that. She got it. She got it in her binder. And she's ready to address it because she want to know if it's going to be comeback group mission statements and all that, then why doesn't it say comeback group on the flyer? Why is it just Black Expo? Well, she don't understand that. She's not understanding that. Anyway, of course, Melody and shows up, and they're the first two there. And Kimmy shares, that her grievances with regards to this being labeled the Black Expo and it being heavily, about black and less about the comeback group when it's the concept. It just is what it is. She thinks that they should change the name back to the comeback group, especially if that's what it's going to be. Mel was like, well, I just think people don't really want to use the name comeback group. I just think with the past and what's going on with the comeback group, I think people are just trying to steer away from that direction. Kimmy like, by people, you mean you? Because you the only one was ready to leave. Excuse me. Kimmy says she's still paying taxes on it. She's still running down there to the place to keep it going. It's not been dissolved, and so why not use the name? Mel understands whatever. Anyway, they're both still waiting. Kimmy, she shares that she started radiation, and she just says she needs a vacation at this point. And speaking of vacations, Mel, I saw you was on vacation. I saw a gentleman with his arm across you. Who's that? Well, where'd you go? Mel completely dodges the question and starts giving her ideas about where she should vacation. And Kimmy's like, so you just gonna ignore the question? Mel, she plays coy. Mel doesn't feel like, she was like, I mean, it's really none of your business. It's really none of your business. It's just really none of your business. And it's not. It's not. Mel could not be this way about it. It's annoying. It's annoying for you to sit up on Love and Marriage Huntsville and not want to talk about your new love. Martell don't hesitate. And I know Martell would make things a lot more difficult for you and your new beau than you would ever do to him. And so I'm sure that's part of the reason, because Martell he's crazy. And so he would absolutely show up. She's trying to film with her new man and maybe Kimmy and Maurice, and then here come Martell. So I get it. But to not want to talk about him, to make it seem like it's none of our business when you sitting up on reality TV, it is my business, girl. You said that's what you was going to do. You signed up for a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you don't want to share the love part of your life, then it might be time to go. And maybe she's just not ready. I don't know. But Mel be acting like we being so intrusive. And it's like, girl, this is reality TV. The fuck you mean you don't want to talk about this man? I will be saying, oh, I went on a vacation with a gentleman. You know, I am dating someone. I am seeing someone. I'm happy. You know, he shall remain nameless until I, you know, weed out all this bullshit going on between she and Martell. He gonna remain nameless, of course, and y'all might not see him that much, but just know Mel doing all right. You know, she could give us that. She could give us an inch. She been making it seem like we all in her business. I just don't understand that. Kimmy be like, girl, what? I'm gonna absolutely ask. I saw the pictures. What you mean? You know we gonna ask. You know we gonna ask about this man that you have shown us a glimpse of on social media. Allegedly, he's the guy that Mel was doing that property preservation situation with when she introduced Kimmy to this man as a potential business partner. So, well, not a business partner, but somebody that could help her get started back up with her businesses, with real estate, all of that. She connected them in a previous episode, and allegedly that's the man. And now I need to go back and see him, cause I ain't paying him no attention. I ain't paying him no mind. Now I need to go back and look. But anyway, apparently that's him. Anyway. That was that with that. Mel, she ain't gonna tell us who she dates. She say it's really none of our business. Okay, whatever, girl. Martell and Marceau, they end up getting there, and Martell try to shake Mel's hand, and she's just like, "What's up, Martell?" She always do him like that. "What's up, Martell?" He feeling away. She could at least just go. Take your hello and sit down. She don't have to shake your hand, okay? Anyway, Tisha gets there, of course, and now they get right to it. Right away, Tisha tells them that they're not paying anyone. Nobody is getting paid. She explains it a little further, you know, that they do have sponsors, and they're going to put all of the money back into the community. Okay. They say they not putting nothing in their pockets. I just don't see how. I just don't see how. Kimmy, she chimes in. The way she cleared it up was very passive aggressive, like, you know. But I mean, it is what it is, because she's still on this is a comeback group situation. So why doesn't it say comeback group on these flyers? She says the plans are the same. The plans are the same. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it says Black Espo and not the comeback group. Martell wants to know their reasoning behind not wanting to pay people. You know, he kind of capes for Melody. He's like, I mean, she's a public speaker. And so to ask her to do this for free, no. And I mean, not only her, people would be coming to see us as a whole. Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are absolutely coming to see the group. And so, what you mean you're not gonna pay us? What you mean? Tisha says nobody sent them their writer. Like, she emailed everyone and didn't get a response from anyone. So that's why they're doubling back, because she wants, you know, a solidified response from everyone today, yes or no, so that they can move on. Miller's kind of just sitting there, really. She's just like. And I probably would have been sitting there too, just taking it all in, like, I ain't doing none of this shit. Pay me. You got to pay people for their time, for their expertise, for all of that. This is not, granted, there are some times where affluent people, you know, philanthropists, people who are all about giving back to the community. There are plenty of those situations where it's a free situation, where people come and support, sponsor, and it's giving back. And then there are other situations where it's a Black Expo and you asking people to come and sit on a panel and do some public speaking, do some work. I think you need to pay them. I think you need to pay them. It didn't have to be no huge fee. I feel like it's some negotiating could have happened, and everybody could have walked away happy. But to just flat out say we're not paying none of the people in this room, so who getting paid then? If we in here aren't getting paid, who's getting paid? Maurice thinks that they should all donate. He agrees that they shouldn't get paid. Kimmy is not on that page at all. Kimmy like, nah, pay me. Pay me. Mel is like, well, I'm the one that brought up the sponsorship anyway. Like, y'all wouldn't even thought of getting sponsors if I hadn't said anything about the sponsors. And now you talking about you gonna take the money from the sponsors, but you're not gonna pay yourself. You're not gonna pay us. Like, what? No. She's not on board with that. Marceau thinks that it's greedy for anybody in the room to be expecting payment. Child, please. It's not greedy. You expect us to believe that the money you're getting from the sponsors, whatever monetary gain you get behind this, you're expecting us to believe it's not going in your pocket. It's not going to something that will benefit you and your household. I'm not stupid. We are not dumb, but whatever. The conversation really goes nowhere. It really goes nowhere. Kimmy ain't buying none of it. She not believing that they willing to lose money for the community. She's just not buying that. And she also feels like it's basically like y'all slap new management on the situation. And this is the exact same thing that we came up with. This is a comeback group initiative. It just is what it is. They're not going to get anywhere. Marceau and Tisha are hell-bent on this is their thing. They're not paying anyone. Do you want to get involved or not? That's where they are with it. Everybody else is like, now wait a minute. We have questions. To be continued, guys. To be continued. I'm kind of ready for this season to be over, to be honest. I'm ready to wrap it on up. I feel like these storylines are running stale. It's just mundane. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.